Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, to another exciting head-scratching episode of Insane Disappearances. I am your host as usual, and I am here with another hair-raising story for you, or case rather, as I like to call them, because they're based on something that actually happened, so you can't really call it a story, right? Of course. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering, got myself a new haircut there. You know, it's looking pretty crispy, isn't it? Yeah, look at that. Look at all that, man. Just love it. Ooh, anyway, today's story is about a man who is a hiker, and he is at the age of 67 years old, or was. And he had been missing for a week before they finally found his body. And it's a pretty short story because it just recently happened last month. So, you know, there's not too much detail on his story, on his situation as far as him disappearing and all that stuff. But they do have some information here, and I'm going to read it to you right now. So let's get started. All right. As I said before, this is about a elderly man, 67 years old. His body was found and recovered in an area called Big Bend Ranch State Park. Now, the body of this hiker, last seen on January 22nd, was recovered Wednesday from a ledge in Colorado Canyon area of, like I said before, Big Bend Ranch State Park. The man's name is Tim Reid. Okay, I'm sorry. I was reading the wrong number. There's a page that says image 1 of 67. He's actually 65, so that was my bad. Apologize for that. But anyway, Tim Reid, 65, was traveling with a companion in an RV when he reportedly left for a hike and never returned. Now, this is said by Keith Kennard, a park police officer with Texas Parks and Wildlife. Reid started walking the closed canyon trail and somehow made it to the bottom without professional hiking equipment. I don't even know why a person would even want to do that if you know you have to use that kind of stuff, but you didn't. Anyway, now this is also what Kennard said. Signs on the trail warn hikers to turn around if they do not have climbing gear, which is the one thing he didn't have. Now, in related news, around the time, I guess, when he disappeared, a man shot after stealing bike. He tried to bite officer. That's irrelevant. Anyway, now Reid was reportedly wearing jeans and boots and lacked climbing equipment. Once again, I still don't know why he would even go that far to go for a hike and not have the right type of equipment. But people make choices, and sometimes it's not the best choice. In his case, yeah. But anyway, now Kennard said after Reid reached the end of the closed canyon trail, it appeared that he then tried to rescue himself by climbing out near the Rio Grande River and the Colorado Canyon. Reid climbed 150 feet up the canyon wall before falling at least 50 feet where he landed on a ledge. It was a catastrophic fall, Kennard said. Now, the area Reid climbed was very steep and covered in loose rock. It's baffling to us. Now, the Presidio County Sheriff's Office, Brewster County Sheriff's Office, BB&P, Park Rangers, Border Patrol, Department of Homeland Security, and DPS Air Support had been searching for Reid since early January of the 23rd. Now, authorities had concentrated most of the search along the Rio Grande River, area after finding Reid's truck in the closed Canyon parking lot. DPS air support finally spotted a man's body this week, and they were able to recover the man's body Wednesday afternoon. Kenner said anyone who gets lost in the park should stay as close to where they last remember their vehicle being, and help will be on the way. Officers check the parking lots each night. If a car is still there, we know somebody's inside, Kenner said. That pretty much was everything on that case. It's a pretty small one, yet a very telling one because of what happened to this not young man, but this older gentleman. But yeah, why would a person inadvertently just go into a hiking area without the proper equipment, like maybe some spiked shoes, in the soles, of course, cables with the little latches on, that you clamp on, maybe even one of those axes, the pointy ones, just to get yourself up there and hold yourself on it. I don't know. I'm not a hiker, so I can't really say. But I know you have to have certain types of equipment in order for you to climb these steep, rocky, walls. Now, my concern with all this is, once again, why would he just do that? And another thing too, how is it that the people who were searching for him could even how could they even know how he or where he was going, how he climbed, and all the other stuff they were talking about, how he climbed up the wall and this and that and the other and fell 50 feet. Now, I'm not saying that that's not true, but if you weren't there to see it, how can you determine that's what he did? Now, he could have been in that area, like on that part where they found his body. He could have tripped over something, bashed his head up against the rocks, and he was dead. Now, of course, they would have said he had like a gash in the back of his head, but if he fell, obviously he would. I would imagine, depending on how high up he was, probably a couple of bones would have got broken, obviously. But I don't know how far you would have to fall in order for every bone in your body to shatter. Because they said things like this, in 9/11, but that's a whole nother story. I'm not even going to get into that. But I wanted to take the time to say to everyone about the video I did prior about Allison Raspa. I had mentioned some gory stuff about how a person could be, taken care of. I know that might have been a little bit too graphic. So if there's any family members out there watching that particular video, I just want to apologize. I don't want to get anybody upset at me over something that I was insensitively saying. I didn't mean to put it out there like that, because they're already going through enough trying to find her, and for me to say something like that, they don't want to hear anything like that. So once again, I apologize for bringing that part up, because like I said, that's something that they don't want to hear. It's bad enough that she's missing, and for me to actually bring up a topic like that, with a person who disappeared in a national park, well, not a national park, but around that ski resort, I know they don't want to hear that. So once again, I apologize if anybody thought that was a little bit too much, so because think about it. First of all, in places like where these people disappear, you cannot, and I repeat, you cannot go about thinking about logical reasons why people disappear like that. If a person just vanishes without trace in an area where there was a lot of people, yet you still disappeared and nobody ever saw you, you can't say it was a serial killer. You can't say it was a pedophile. You can't say it was this and that and the other. Anything dealing with a human, anything dealing with something that would happen on this planet anyway, like some type of murder or whatever the case may be. These people disappeared mysteriously in a lot of ways, and none of them are logical. None of them are logical. So we can't spend a lot of time thinking logically in cases like this. We have to think outside the box. We have to think in 3 dimensions. We have to think beyond our own capabilities as far as what we know. Now, I can tell you right now that the Creator has basically created everything with a process of creation, and that process is very, very, very minuscule. It starts off with a subatomic. It starts off at the subatomic level, and every single thing that we do, say, feel, every gesture we make is done because of this process of creation. So, this knowledge that we are trying to ascertain, as far as how these people disappearing and all this stuff, everything dealing with whatever it is that we have always tried to figure out, every question we have ever asked about all these strange things that's happening on this planet. This process that's going on is going on right now. We are actually learning the knowledge that was already instilled into our inner being. So when I'm asking a question about something and I get an answer, that's just one small piece of this big puzzle that has to be solved. And this puzzle is, why are these people disappearing in national parks, right? And that, my friends, is what is going on right now. We are literally learning the knowledge that we need to learn about what's happening, because it's always been here. The Creator put it within us so that we can get the answer. Now, there is an origin point to all of this. I've talked about this before in some of my old videos. And there is an ending to all this, which will be the answer to every single question that we have ever asked, as far as UFOs, aliens, the Anunnaki, the Creator himself. And I have said before in one of my past videos that he is the ultimate energy. We are energy as well. Okay? Now, think about it like this. You got the Creator. We are the Creator's children, right? So, if he is the ultimate energy, pure energy, that would make us a part of that energy, right? It's just that that energy is our inner being, our soul, our consciousness, and our spirit. So, in order for us to thrive and live on a physical plane, our inner beings were put inside of this, our physical shell, okay, in order for us to live. Now, think about it. In order for us to live, we had to have a physical body. Now, if we were to live anywhere else, we would have to live on a higher plane where we could thrive as nothing but energy. The energy is within us. It's right here. Hold on. It's right here. Right where this area right here with scientists and everybody call the heart. This is actually your inner being. This is everything about who we are. This is our consciousness, our soul, our spirit. Okay? It's all right here. All the answer that we ever need is right here. All we have to do is awaken it. I have done that. Okay? So when you hear me talking about a lot of things that you may not understand, it's because this is a knowledge that no one has ever been able to grasp for thousands of years, because it has been hidden from us. Some of the information has been outright just eradicated, taken away forever. Never been in any history books, whatever. It's never been out there for us to learn about. Okay? Like the truth about the Anunnaki. I can tell you right now that the Anunnaki is actually our guardians. Our guardian angels. They prefer to be called that way. I mean, called that. So now scientists have said stuff like they left and they haven't been back. They never left because the Creator put them on a higher plane after the generation before us felt like they didn't need them anymore. They wanted to do everything with free will. Not saying that's a bad thing, but once they realized that they needed them, it was too late. They were already put on this higher plane where it made them invisible. So they were still our guardians. They still watched over us, but they had to do it from that non-physical plane. So, for all the ones that have read up about the Anunnaki, you have to throw out everything you may know about them, because scientists and the government, they don't want you to know the actual truth about all that. But see, that's why I'm here. That's what I'm here for. That's what I do. I bring you the truth. Now, you may believe it, you may not, because of what you read in the history books and what scientists may say. Some of you may even be scientists. I don't know. But I'm telling you right now, the information that you hear about of the Anunnaki is somewhat true yet false at the same time. We're talking about knowledge that we have never been able to learn for thousands of years. Okay, we've been told a lot of lies to keep us away from the truth. Okay, now the knowledge is within us, but it is buried underneath a lot of lies, a lot of knowledge that we don't need. So we have to dig through this knowledge that we don't need to get to the true knowledge. Okay, this knowledge has been instilled in us ever since the first day we went into school. Okay, government put together these schools and these books with history that we don't even need to know about. I would rather learn about Earth history anyway. So, but yes, my friends, there's a lot going on this planet, like I said, that none of us even know about. Information about things that we hear about on the Science Channel, like that show that I really love to watch, Ancient Aliens. They're close. They are, but they still not quite there yet as far as the information. Okay, they talk about the Anunnaki creating us. Nah, they didn't do that. The Anunnaki, aka our guardians, are the link to the Creator for us. They are our link to the Creator. Okay, He sent them here to spread His word. But when you got people who don't want that to happen, trying to keep that from happening, they lose the information that they have tried to teach us, because they were our teachers, our mediators, our protectors, all of that. They still are. But they were here on this plane, right here with us. And they are tall. I'm talking like 7 feet, maybe more. But, like I said, when all the information was lost, all this information that we gathered over the years, all the stuff we learned in history, all the stuff we heard about on TV, on the Science Channel, all that stuff, from scientists like Michio Kaku, I respect that man to the fullest. But, you don't know everything. Like I said, I love that man. I love his talks, his lectures. But there are still things that even he don't know. Okay? Because of what the government put together for him to learn when he went to school to learn this stuff. Okay? The man is a world-renowned, I think you say theoretical physicist or astrophysicist, I'm not sure. But either way, he's a physicist. And he doesn't know everything. He knows a lot, but he don't know everything. There is a lot of information out there that we need to know about. We all need to know this. So, all I'm saying is, if you can unlock your inner being, it will tell you everything you need to know. It has been telling me a lot. There's some things that I want to tell you, but I can't, because I know you're not ready for it, because of what you already learned. You know, it's going to take time for you to even grasp all of the stuff that I've learned. You know, because I told you I meditate a lot. I really do. And sometimes I can go so deep into a meditation that I feel the energy flowing through my body to the point where I can't even feel my body anymore, because it's like I become a part of the energy around me. You know, I become one with it. And so I end up gathering all this information out of nowhere, because the information is all around us. It's embedded within us and in everything around us. Okay, think about the this process of creation. All right, and think about us as puppets, but not puppets. And this origin point is actually the strings that control us, and these strings go all the way back to the edge of the universe where the Creator resides, and He is controlling everything from there with this process of creation. That is His puppet control, handles. Okay, but not in a sense of being puppets, because He gave us free will. He gave us free will, but still, everything we do, everything we say, every time we move, no matter if it's our fingers, there is a reason for all of that. There is a reason for all of that. There's a reason for us speaking the words that we speak. There's a reason for everything, and this reason is the origin point, is the point of origin for this process of creation. And that point of origin is the Creator, way out there. He is. Think about it. It's like I said before. The Creator, His power is so immense. He couldn't be near His own children. Us, we are His children. I'm starting to believe that our own parents, our earthly parents, are our surrogate parents, because He is our true Father. Okay, I don't mean to get religious or like philosophical with you guys, but these things need to be told, because I've been thinking a lot about this stuff and I'm starting to figure things out. Our own parents are our surrogate parents, but it's a vicious cycle though. Every parent has a parent who's a surrogate for each one of us. If that makes any sense. Our parents are our surrogate parents, for the Creator, because He can't be near us. If He was to be like right here, He would destroy everything He already created. So when people talk about that no one has ever meant to see the face of God, and if they ever did, they would die instantly, that's not entirely true. I mean, it is, but not in that way. The truth is, they got scientists that talk about the edge of the universe and wanted to know exactly where it is, what's out there. I can tell you what's out there. The Creator, He's out there. But like I said, His energy is so immense that we would basically disintegrate if we were to get too close to Him. So what does He do? He creates this process of creation, and He creates His guardians, the Anunnaki, to be with us while He can't be with us. So they're there to protect us. Then we have our parents, who are our surrogate parents for the Creator. They take care of us because He can't be with us. Okay, He has to stay way out there. That's just how powerful He is. A man we're talking about the Creator. He can create something from nothing, literally. Okay, so think about that. Something from nothing. I'm pretty sure you've heard that before. I mean, with all these space rocks floating around in space and all the atoms and all that other energy and gases and all that stuff came together and coalesced into what you see today as our planet. And us, too. We are all star stuff. I've heard that a million times over throughout my growings, through childhood and manhood. But that's all part of the process. Imagine being able to feel the process of everything coming together, like our bodies, atom by atom. That would be a very, very, very amazing experience. I know, because I had that experience. Okay, through meditation, I meditated for a very long time, and I got real deep. I asked to feel the core of my inner being, and that's what happened. I know you guys are probably thinking I'm crazy right now, but trust me, I don't tell you any lies. You know this already. 1600 viewers later, I would never tell you any lies, because I meditate, and that's what I do. I get my information from a lot of areas. I don't get them from knowledge. I don't get them from the knowledge of what I learned here. I don't get them from any books. Okay, and I'm pretty sure you guys have seen my live video, so you know where most of my information I get from, but a lot of it I get from my meditations as well. So, feeling the process of creation, basically just feeling how everything comes together through that process, it was an amazing experience. It's like I could actually feel my body almost coming apart atom by atom, or just kind of putting itself back together. It was crazy. But I can just tell you right now that I had the experience, and it was very enlightening, and I was able to just open up even more. You know, and I think that's what we all have to. We have to open up even more. We got to stop thinking about earthly stuff and being so logical about everything. There are logical things that happen, but there's also illogical things that happen, unexplainable things that happen. You find more truth in mythology than you do in history books. I bet you most people don't even know that. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay. Okie dokie. Now, like I said, all this stuff is for us to know. Some of us may not believe it because we are all set in our ways. The truth may be a little bit too much for people, so they just tend to not even listen to it. But you have to. It's all part of it. Okay? Now, I have a quote here that I wanted to read to you guys. I know I haven't read them in a while because I kept saying I was going to do that, but you know, it's just I've been so busy, you know, sometimes, you know, I just haven't had the time to even think about it. But this is something that I thought of, you know, through my meditations, and it's very telling. I got a lot of likes on Instagram and Facebook. And the quote that I wrote is, following the path of your journey throughout your life cycle will show you a destiny you yourself have not planned. Now, this destiny is a destiny that was created by the Creator himself. Most people probably wouldn't even know that, but he did. Everything about us was part of this process and created by the Creator. So, you know, I can guarantee you that it's all true. But let me see, there was something else on here. I think that was it. But anyway, I still got more quotes that I've came up with in the past, you know, so but yeah, anyway guys, I just wanted to share that information with you. If you got any more questions, you know where to find me. You know, you hit me up with a comment on, you know, on my channel, on the in the comment section below this video, and I will answer your questions to the best of my abilities. And I promise you that it will be something that you can definitely take with you and really, really think about, because you have to get deep with thinking in a lot of areas. You really do. You know, that's what I do. I don't listen to scientists anymore. And the stuff that I found out about last night through my meditation, that hit home for me. And I can tell you right now, there's no more listening to scientists or the government about a lot of things, because after hearing about that was the ultimate no for me. I can't do it no more. No more listening to scientists. No more listening to the government. You won't even see me voting for nothing. Because if you ask me, well, I'm not even gonna get into that. That's going a little too far. That's not what this channel is about. So I'm gonna leave that alone. But anyway, I gotta go, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. After this, I'm gonna post it, and I hope you guys like it. It was a short video because there wasn't that much information about him. But, you know, I wanted to make sure I got the other information out because you needed to know this, and I got more coming, so stay tuned. A lot of it, like I said, you're not ready for. I know you're not, because it's just too far out there. Okay, especially after all the things that you learned in the past, you probably lose your mind hearing about what I'd have to tell you. But there's a time for all of the information to come out, and right now is not the time. I can see that now. My inner being tells me so. So when that time comes, I will reveal that to you, and I guarantee you, you're going to be like, "Oh my gosh, really? It's not possible." But trust me, it'll be possible. I can guarantee you. Well, it is possible. Everything is possible. Trust me, everything is possible. But anyway, guys, like I said, I gotta go. It's been fun as always. you know how it is with me. You know, gotta work. You know, so a lot of times I gotta make sure I have the time to do what I gotta do. You know, so and I was running around all day today because I'm off on Fridays finally. So you know, I get a chance to do all the things that I have to rush to do before I have to go to work. But now I don't have to do that. I even meant to go. Oh, by the way, if you get a chance, go see the Black Panther movie. I haven't seen it yet, but I know that movie is going to be one of the top movies of the year, or the beginning of the year. Okay, so I wanted to go see it today, but I was out all day, and I just said I just wanted to come home and just chill. So I am going to go see it next Friday when I don't have to pay bills. So yeah, go see that movie, please. You know, like I said, I haven't seen it yet, but I know that movie is good, and if you like superhero movies, you'll definitely love this one. You know, he had his start in, I think, the Captain America movie or the Avengers movie. I think it might have been the Avengers movie. I'm not sure, but it might be that. But the whole point is, it's a good start. You know, he had his start there, and now he got his little spin-off for his own movie. You know, so it's gonna be great. It really is. You know, because the guy that played Creed is gonna be in the movie too. You know, a lot of other great actors and actresses. So without further ado, you know how I do it, guys. At the end of every video. Aloha, mahalo, and a hui ho. Peace out, brother, and peace out, wahine.